What's up, guys? Welcome to my first video on the channel. Well, first video in a while, actually. I think I might have deleted my other videos, but I haven't checked in so long. So this is my 1991 Honda Civic hatch. It is in terrible condition, as you can see. I actually had some little kids break this window and that window, and there's just been junk sitting in it for months. It's not rotted out, surprisingly, but it is two cars kind of fucking self-tapped and welded together and seam sealed in a crazy amalgamation of kind of bullshit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually I'm gonna take this car apart, and I want to do like a rally style build with it. So I have a few other cars, but those aren't gonna probably appear on the channel in any significant way in a little bit. But for now, I'm gonna get this thing ready to roll. I just took these 3 wheels off of it. I'm gonna put, I got these on it. I just got one more wheel to go, and then we're gonna get this to the garage, and then we'll start working on it there. All right, as you guys can see, this car is an absolute mess. Everything on the interior is terrible. This car's been sitting for well over a year in the back of my house. I just kind of let it go that way, and then as more and more stuff happened to it, I kind of just left it alone. Like the drip rails are just like bondoed in. I'm not gonna fix everything on this car. This car is gonna be just a street car. I'm not even gonna, like, most of the stuff that like should be fixed, I'm gonna leave it, because that's kind of gonna be, just almost fell there. That's kind of gonna be the aesthetic of the car. I'm not even gonna fix this window. I'm gonna just put Lexan here. I might do a lip, like a step up lip, weld some tabs on here for Lexan. Not really sure yet. And I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna do this rear window. I think you can just buy the Lexan for these things also. I am looking for a rear garnish for the in between the hatch and the bumper. Besides that, yeah, I'm gonna do a half cage in this car, and then I'm gonna do a half cage, or it's not even really a half cage. I'm gonna just weld some bars in here just to reinforce it, because this car is kind of put together a little shoddy. I'm gonna weld some bars in here, weld some bars to the trunk. I'm gonna still have, I'm not gonna have interior, but I'm gonna have some front seats. I'm gonna have some felt down like the carpet, have some kick plates in here, a half dashboard. I wanna put heat and AC back into it, but I'm using the full chassis harness from EK. I'm gonna put that in here and then get that all done. But today I'm gonna just get focused on tearing all this stuff out. I'm gonna set you guys up on a tripod. Also, there's some really bad damage and some crazy bondo in here. But I have some plans for that later on down the line. But for now, I'm gonna get you guys set up on a tripod and start ripping all this stuff out. Be back in a bit.
Like the cool blue light. Like the cool blue light.
Okay, now, to be honest, I don't have a vacuum or anything to really get this stuff out, so I'm gonna have to scoop it out as much as I can, and then probably buy a shop vac and vacuum the rest of this out. I have a bag full of stuff that was in this car. I'm gonna garbage that, I'm gonna junk that. Seats are junk. I'm gonna get a new radiator. Hopefully I can get a sponsor. This is gonna be like maybe like a month to 3 month build. It's not gonna be anything super crazy. It should be running in like a month, but the whole build is probably gonna take a little bit longer. But I know I said it wasn't rotted, but I've never taken this carpet out. This floor pan is solid. It has some surface rust here, surface there, surface rust here. But, well, this whole side is solid actually. So this whole side is solid here. So 12. Oh, it is a 12. I've been looking for one of these. Okay, so this whole side is solid here, but the driver's side is definitely rotted through. It's like the most solid rust I've ever seen. So it's like not like crazy flaky. I'm gonna cut this out and just weld some sheet metal in here. I'm gonna get all this sound deadening out, weld some sheet metal in here. It's also rotted in the front on this side. So I'm gonna weld that in. There's a little hole under the trunk release latch. I think I'm gonna delete that whole cable system and just do 2 pop pins on the hatch. I think I'm gonna just do that. Gotta rip this headliner out. I'm gonna take the dashboard out because I'm going to try to fit the EK, AC, and heat and stuff in there. I really wanted to save the full dash here, but as you can see, it's cracked really badly here. I could do some fiberglass work on this and try to get this done, get this working right, because I really like the glove box and all this stuff here. But I think I'm gonna just do a half dash going across, and then for the heater core and stuff that's back there, I'm gonna have a block off plate here, also a block off plate here, and wherever else I need to get it looking pretty clean. I do want to keep this. The previous owner had this in here. It's just a speedometer, but it looks really cool and retro. It looks like 80s kind of stuff. I think I'm going to keep the cluster, but I might just black out the actual gauges or something. And then I think I'm gonna run a tablet in here like I have in my right-hand drive car that none of you know what I'm talking about. Unless you know me, you know what I mean, the right-hand drive car. I might do a tablet for the display for all the gauges and stuff, but I do want to keep that speedometer because I just think it's cool and it's analog, so or it's digital, but it runs directly off wheel speed or something like that. So I'm gonna keep that stuff. I gotta rip all this sound deadening here out, but I think I'm gonna set the camera back up here and try to get majority of this glass out, and then I'm gonna go over plans for the car, and that's about it. I really can't do much this video because this is just set up for the build. I don't really have any parts yet. I have a few parts, but nothing crazy. I'll go over the build, stuff like that. I think I'm gonna just strip out everything I can here, and then pick back up where I can. And actually, now that I see, there's damage all on the dash here. There's damage here. I'm gonna get the whole dash out and see what I can do about this, or if I can just fiberglass it. I'm gonna have to make custom vents anyway for the dash, so I'm not worried about this stuff. I'm still putting a radio and speakers and stuff in here. But yeah, I really, oh geez, I've never seen that. I really want this car to be a street car. My other cars that I've had before, ignore the rat's nest of wires there. The other cars I've had before that I claimed they were going to be street cars, and then they end up evolving into these crazy things. But this one, I'm going for just street car. I want to have AC, power steering, heat in the car, carpet, if you will. It'll just be like the felt liner stuff. But yeah, I really want this car to be drivable and dailyable. I might even keep some flip down mirrors in here. So with that being said, I'm gonna throw you guys back on the tripod, get some time-lapse footage, and then once I get it cleaned out, I'll get some B-roll while I go over plans. All right, so I got the majority of the glass out. There's just like a little tiny pile there, but then there's like a bigger pile there. But I'm gonna just grab a shop vac and then get the rest of that out. Or I might roll this thing to the gas station. I have one right at the corner of my street, so I'm gonna probably roll it to the gas station later on tonight or something. And then just vacuum the whole car out actually. But as far as plan for the car, I'm getting ready to rip all the wiring out because, like I said before, I'm gonna put a full EK chassis harness in here. And I actually really like that plate up there. I think I'm gonna keep that plate on that side and do another kick plate behind it, and then a kick plate on this side too. But I'm gonna put sound deadening in the car without going in circles here. I'm gonna try to break down what the plans are for the car. So I want to just do AC, power steering. In this rear part here, our AC, power steering, heat, everything. Just basically all factory functions. Even though I don't think this car came with AC, but I want to get all that stuff into this car. I'm gonna put a bar across here, and then I'm also gonna do a bar from this to this back plate here, just to do some reinforcements. I'm also gonna, under the car, gonna do a bar across both mounting point for the lower control arms. I'm gonna do a bar there, and then a triangle shaped kind of bar. And I'm gonna also have a small tow hitch on here, because I'm gonna use this car to kind of carry tires and stuff for events when I go out racing or go to track events, stuff like that. But I'm not sure yet, but I'm leaning towards taking the fuel tank out and running a fuel cell. Like I have in my right-hand drive car, I have a fuel cell. In the back here, I might do a fuel cell with a small service tank, and then just run all the lines to the front. I'm gonna take the tank out and see how everything looks that way, because I'm not sure. I haven't really worked on any EFs before. I've done one CRX, but besides that, I don't really have much experience with these cars. I don't like the OBD0 stuff, which really nobody does, let's be honest. But I'm going to, all these little holes here, I'm gonna plug all that stuff up. I'm gonna put sound deadening all in the car. I'm gonna get some custom door cards. I have no idea what that's from, but it's there. I have the OEM one on this side, but I don't know what that's from. It almost looks like some kind of like bathroom handle or something. But yeah, so sound deadening, carpet, power steering, AC, heat. Actually, I don't know if I'm gonna run power steering, but heat for sure, AC, and I'm gonna have a radio in here. I'm gonna put speakers in here, not doing anything crazy, just normal speakers. I'm gonna build a box, build door cards with space for the speakers and the doors. I'm gonna keep the OEM windows. I'm gonna reseal the doors, try to find the OEM trim and stuff for that. I am gonna do a half dash. I'm gonna probably do a rear firewall here because I'm gonna have a fuel cell. So not doing anything crazy. On the inside of the car is gonna be like a basic build. As far as the engine goes, everybody usually goes B series on these things. They usually go GSR or B20 or something like that. But for me, let me pop this hood. I want to do something simple, so I want to take the Y8 that just came out of the EX, the EK that I just had. I'm gonna rip all this stuff out and drop a D16 Y8 in here, and then yeah, just run that like that, really simple. Put a Y8 swap in here. I'm gonna move a few things around in here, change some stuff up, but I think I can get it done relatively easy. The hood is actually not in bad shape. I'm gonna sand it down and probably wrap it or rattle can it. I'm not sure yet. I know what the goal is for the car as far as the color scheme. I'm gonna do something a little goofy. I'm gonna keep steelies on it, but I'm gonna paint them. Get some brand new tires, a lot taller tires than this. I think these are a 45 or a 55. These are a 35. Oh, no, these are actually a 65. So 65 tires, but I'm gonna run 70. So I'm gonna run 70 sidewall tires on this, and I'm gonna go 2-inch lift on it. I know it already looks high, but there's no motor in it. I'm gonna go 2 inches higher than this, and then I'm gonna keep the domino sign, and no, I'm not gonna fix it. I'm gonna keep the domino sign and go full livery on this car. Full dominoes livery. I'm gonna do a bunch of crazy cool stuff with this thing, but I think it's just gonna be a fun car. I think I'm gonna keep the stock e-brake, keep all this stuff. In the next video, I'm probably gonna be scrubbing this stuff down, sanding the rest of the car, pulling up the sound deadening, and getting ready to start wiring the car with the EK stuff, seeing what stuff I'm gonna keep, what stuff I'm gonna get rid of, because I know for sure the taillights I'm gonna have to wire separately. I'm gonna have to do a separate system for the taillights, headlights, blinkers, and the dome light. I'm gonna do all that stuff on a custom TDM module, but the rest of the chassis harness and everything should just work like from factory. I believe I can still use the stock ignition cylinder. I'm gonna check that out, but I believe I can use a stock ignition cylinder. I just have to change a few things. I have to figure out how I'm gonna tuck the harness a little bit, cut some stuff out that I don't need, but it's gonna be a pretty simple build for the most part. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna close out this video and I'll see you guys in the next one.